Hey, how's it going? It's John again. I am playing Immaculate Grid number 561 today, which I'll dedicate to Juan Gonzalez, a two-time MVP RBI machine from the 90s. He had a 561 career slugging percentage, won the two MVPs with the Rangers, hits a couple other teams. We'll see if we can work him in. I'm going to start sharing my screen, and we'll roll right into it. Hope everyone's enjoying the playoff baseball. Mets came back in the series. They've knotted it as of today, and the Guardians and Yankees are playing each other for what, the third or fourth time in the playoffs that I can remember. So that should be a good one as well. I'm gonna go watch that right as soon as I'm done with this. So hitting refresh, hit and go. Away we go. We'll try to work in Juan Gonzalez. And I think he'll work. There we go. Point eight. All right. Let's see here. Matt Stairs hits the Phillies and the Blue Jays. 100 run season. Let's see, Roberto Alomar, I gotta believe. Let's go Vernon Wells for the outfield. Mike Trout has patrolled the outfield. Ooh, who do we go for 100 run season? Let's go not him. Let's go Erstad, that 2000 season. Be very surprised if he didn't work. Bobby Abreu hits the Phillies and Angels. Mike Schmidt certainly won Silver Sluggers. And I'm going to go with Rollins for 100 run season. I think I was right at a minute. That was a little bit of a delay there. So I think I was at just under a minute and snuck it in. Let's see here. Joe Carter leading the way here. Did I have the Halliday? Of course. I don't know why I went with Matt Stairs as my first instinct over Holiday. Um, let's see. Mike Trout. I had him for outfield. That's about it. So I was about to go Joe Carter, but then I went with Vernon Wells for some reason. Anyway, solid minute grid there. Do a stop share reshare. And it's a grid from yesterday. Hit and refresh. And let's see how rare we can make this. Let's see. I do know Ruben Amaro and his dad both hit these teams. I'm gonna do his dad. Point two. What do you say to reliever Dan Plesac? Point 0.6. MLB Network might be carrying the load a little bit there. Let's see. Playing the outfield. How do you feel about Willie Upshaw? He said my dad's book was a grand slam, so I want to honor him accordingly. Let's see. Outfield for the Angels. Look at our guy Alex Ochoa. Have a foul ball from him. Let's see. Silver Slugger by anyone who has ever played the outfield. Let's get Paul Molitor in there. He did not win a Silver Slugger as an outfielder, but that still works. 100 run season uh, to go along with the Silver Slugger. Molitor also would have worked there. Let's see. 100 run season, or sorry, Silver Slugger. Sorry, don't do the outfield. Silver Slugger, also Molitor would have worked, but I was just looking at the wrong stuff altogether. Let's see here. If we were to keep it Brewers, we'd be going. Gotta believe Cooper works. Yount certainly works. Braun and Yelich would work if I really wanted to make sure it was Brewer, which I don't necessarily need to. Um, where else could we go? 100 runs is kind of a sneaky one. How about I'm gonna go with Edgar Renteria because I think he was winning Silver Sluggers in like 0203 with the Cardinals. And I know he scored 100 runs in a down year with the Red Sox. I remember being surprised he was being considered. That was a low rarity score, but he was being considered for comeback player of the year after a year in which he'd scored 100 runs, which I thought was interesting. Let's see. Phillies Silver Slugger. I can't think of any pitchers off the top of my head. Um, Obviously, you'll have Schmidt, Utley, Rollins, and Howard on the infield. Um, See, as far as outfielders go, I don't think you're gonna get a Pat Burrell. I don't even think you're gonna get an Abreu, who I've already used. Victorino Worth, don't think so. Harper will work. Um, let's see. What other? Everyone I just named just seems way too obvious, but that's like five people that I've listed off so far. Harper and four infielders. I can't think of a catcher, and I'm not thinking of a pitcher right now. Steve Carlton won a Gold Glove, but not a Silver Slugger. Um, I kind of think Larry Boa might work in the early 80s, but I'm not super confident there. Um, and then I kind of think Darren Dalton might work because he had a really good 1992 season. This is after Gary Carter. It's immediately before Mike Piazza. I think that might be the ticket. If he didn't win in that 92 season, I'd be curious who did. He does work, but for not for also Lenny Dykstra would have worked. Let's just think of that Phillies team. 92, the Phillies finished last, but Dalton had a big year. Let's see here. Runs scored. Go with Kind of believe Gritch will work. You'd think Carew would probably work. Baylor will certainly work. Not sure on Fred Lynn. Vladimir Guerrero will certainly work. I don't know 100 runs all that well. So I'm gonna make just dancing around the infield just a little bit. Like I don't know about Gloss. I don't know about, Mo Vaughn. Not sure about Pujols even. Um, Guerrero seems safe. Rich seems likely. Baylor seems likely. Brian Downing, I'm not sure on. He did reach base a lot though. I'm trying to like think out my logic here. Who meets the nexus of likelihood and probability? Those are the same thing. I meant probability and rareness. Um, and barring all that, would be a fun name to play. All right. I'm not coming up with anyone super crazy. Let's just go with Don Baylor for 2%. Pretty good considering he won an MVP. And for a 100 run season for the Toronto Blue Jays, I'm gonna go on a limb and say Shannon Stewart pretty much had to have done it. And I was right. Stewart takes 1%, Baylor 2, Dalton 4. How many Silver Sluggers are there in Philadelphia Phillies history? 14, so maybe I could have done a little bit better than Dalton. Real Muto. Combined total awards. One Samuel. Oh, Manny Trio. I knew that one. I had that one stored in the memory bank. Pete Rose notches a Silver Slugger for a season where she had probably one home run. Dykstra's got one. Dalton's got one. Juan Samuel or Manny Trio is probably, if I wanted to do a little bit better. Boa, not on here, which is interesting. Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for playing along. I am going to call it here, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll see when I get to it. All right, now. Peace.